Hello, my wonderful pre-algebra students. Let's take a look at Chapter 3, Lesson 5, Solving Inequalities Using Multiplication or Division. Okay, this is huge, super important. Grab your red. Notice how I put very, 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 very important. Whenever we multiply or divide by a negative, we must flip the inequality symbol. Okay, super important. Here's the deal. If you imagine an equal sign, and if I lifted it off the paper and flipped it over, it would still be an equal sign. But if you imagine an is less than symbol, if I lifted it off the paper and flipped it over, it would become is greater than. And that's what the negative has the power to do. It has the power to lift that symbol off the paper and flip it around because it means the opposite of. Okay, so take a look at example 1, solving an inequality using multiplication. So they gave us the problem here. M over negative 4 is greater than 2. So I wrote it out exactly like they gave it to me. M over negative 4 is greater than 2. Now grab your red, circle the variable, and bring your wall down. And remember, take a look at what's touching the circle, the dividing by negative 4. Well, the only way to destroy dividing by negative 4 is to multiply by negative 4 on both sides of the wall. But here's the deal. Anytime we multiply or divide by a negative, you'll see me circle the inequality because it's going to lift it off the paper and flip it around. So, watch, the negative 4 divided by negative 4, they destroyed each other and created that invisible 1 in front of the m. So I bring the m straight down. I flip the inequality symbol around. So imagine it turning as it's sliding down the pole. So now it's is less than. And then of course 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So it would be m is less than negative 8. So draw your number line, put 5 tick marks there, put 0 in the middle. Since negative 8 is the important one I'm trying to graph, I'm going to count by 8. So positive 8, positive 16 to the right of 0, negative 8, negative 16 to the left of 0. Since it's is less than, I put my open dot on negative 8, and look at it's telling me to shade to the left, shade to the left. So I shade everything to the left. Take a look at number 1. T over 5 is less than 3. So I copy T over 5 is less than 3. I use my red, I circle the variable, I bring down the wall. Take a look at what's touching the circle, dividing by 5. So I have to multiply by a positive 5 on both sides of the wall. Well, multiplying by a positive does not change the inequality. It stays the same. So 5 divided by 5 destroy each other. They become a positive 1. So I bring down my 1t. I bring down the is less than symbol. It stays exactly the same. And 3 times 5 is 15. So t is less than 15. So I put an open dot on 15 and I shade everything to the left. Take a look at number 2. B over negative 8 is less than or equal to 1. So I wrote out the inequality. I used my red, circle the variable, bring down the wall. Take a look at what's touching the circle, dividing by negative 8. So to destroy it, I have to multiply by a negative 8 on both sides of the wall. Well, anytime I multiply or divide by a negative, my symbol is going to flip. So I circled that, so I remember to do that. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 makes the giant invisible 1, so I bring down the b, and then I flip my inequality symbol to point the other way, and then 1 times negative 8 is negative 8, so I have b is greater than or equal to negative 8. So shade in the negative 8 because it could be equal to, so put the closed dot, and then shade everything to the right. Okay, take a look at example 2, solving an inequality using division. So they gave us negative 11t is greater than or equal to 33. So the first thing is write the problem exactly like they give it to you. And then grab your red, circle the variable, bring down the wall. Take a look at what's touching the circle. Multiplying by negative 11. Well, the only way to destroy multiplying by negative 11 is to divide both sides by negative 11. Now, when we multiply or divide by a negative, you're going to see me circle the inequality because it has to flip. And so negative 11 divided by negative 11 creates that giant invisible 1. Bring down the t. flip your inequality symbol so it's is less than or equal to, and then 33 divided by negative 11 is negative 3. So I have t is less than or equal to negative 3. So draw your number line, put 5 tick marks, put 0 in the middle, count by threes, positive 3, positive 6 to the right of 0, negative 3, negative 6 to the left of 0. Since t could be equal to negative 3, we put a solid closed dot on negative 3, and then we shade everything to the left, everything smaller. Okay, so take a look at this checkpoint. Solve the inequality, graph your solution. Number 3, they gave us 4y is less than or equal to 36. So write the inequality exactly like they gave it to you. Grab your red, circle the variable, bring down the wall. Take a look at what's touching the circle. 4 times the y, that's touching the circle. 4 is being multiplied. So the only way to destroy the 4 is to divide both sides by 4. And since we're dividing by a positive number, we do not change the inequality symbol. So 4 divided by 4 creates that giant invisible 1. Bring down the y. Copy the symbol exactly like they gave it to you, just drop it straight down, and then 36 divided by 4 gives you 9. So we have y is less than or equal to 9. Since y could be equal to 9, I put a solid closed dot on 9, and then we shaded everything going to the left, everything smaller. Take a look at number 4. Negative 3x is greater than 12. So write the inequality exactly like they gave it to you. Grab your red, circle the variable, bring down the wall, and then see how it's negative 3 times. That's touching the circle. So the only way to destroy it is to divide both sides by a negative 3. Well, if we multiply or divide by a negative, we circle that inequality symbol because it's going to flip. Okay, so negative 3 divided by negative 3 creates that giant positive 1. Bring down the x, flip your inequality symbol so it's is less than, and 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. So I have x is less than negative 4. So I should put an open dot on negative 4, and then I shade everything to the left, everything smaller.